Hey, it's your guy Tyrrell back with the InnerViews. TFC Club America CONCACAF Champions League semifinal first leg at BMO Field. Would TFC be able to replicate their performance against Tigres and once again prove the world wrong? What about Club America? Favorites now to win the tournament, but against a TFC side with Jozy Altidore and Michael Bradley, how would they cope with that threat? Who would win? How would they win? Don't worry, here at the InnerViews, we've got you covered. So on this edition of the InnerViews, we're going to briefly break down TFC against Club America. So when we break down TFC against Club America, TFC obviously not being favored, perhaps because they play in MLS, but this was another great opportunity to prove that they belong. They defeated Tigres in a remarkable fashion, especially due to their game at BMO Field, and they'd be expected or hoping that they could replicate that performance against Club America. We look at the board, we got TFC in the red, we got Club America in the blue. Club America in more of a 4-2-3-1 with Peralta ahead of Uribe. On the flanks, they had Dominguez and Ibargüen, and in midfield, they had Rodriguez and Da Silva. For TFC, 3-5-2, missing a few key players. In the 3-5-2, Jozy and Altidore up front, Bradley, Osorio, Delgado in midfield, and as wingbacks, it's Aro and it's Ashton Morgan. What went right? What went wrong? Well, TFC benefited basically because of the naivety of Club America, not really looking to keep compact, not really looking to be conservative away from home. They had confidence in their play. They left a lot of gaps forward, and TFC were able to capitalize. But before all that happened, there were a few warning signs. It's just down to the fact that when TFC play a bit too high, or when they look like they're going forward, especially in the early stages of the game, Michael Bradley seems to struggle in that role. He was fantastic as the game wore on because TFC sat deeper and were able to clog up the spaces in midfield, but he was struggling at first, perhaps because they were running at him. You have a player coming in from the left, cuts past Bradley, forces a save. Bradley struggled in behind in these spaces. There were a lot of times when they were getting the ball in those spaces. You even look at the goal. It stems from Peralta and Ibargüen getting the ball and combining behind Bradley before even recognize that the ball is there. And then it is a piece of individual brilliance that led to the goal for Club America. They didn't really create too many chances prior to that or after that, and that was down to the fact that TFC are solid without the ball. They are built and they've learned through games over the past few seasons how to cope with this pressure. They sit a bit deeper, they sit in the back five, the back three sit there. They kind of give Jozy and Altidore the license to stay up front and float up top, looking to pounce on the counterattack. But it's because of the work rate of Osorio and Delgado. Probably don't get enough credit as they deserve, not the flashiest players, not the most threatening in the final third, but they do a job. They sit in these spaces, and the issue here was that as much as Uribe wants to go forward, Bradley could take him off, and regardless of that, these two in midfield, Rodriguez, Da Silva, not much going forward. Their passing was tame. They didn't really look like they want to break forward. They're not that type of player. And for TFC, it was pretty straightforward. Sit in front of these areas. If the wide players went out wide, you could push the wing backs onto them. When the fullbacks push forward, wide player there, and you shift over there. If it went the other way, shift there. TFC were solid in that regard, and Peralta, not much of a natural center forward, not looking to hold up the ball, not looking to get into aerial duels, and TFC pretty much had a field day in that regard. Bono wasn't really tested throughout the game, and that's because their shape is superb. Club America didn't really offer much in open play. They were trying to get those intricate passes going, and that really did go when they found space behind Bradley in transition. That was pivotal then, but apart from that, TFC were pretty solid in terms of not having the ball. When they were going forward, that was when they were devastating, obviously. And when we can look at so many plays to really break that down. You have the midfield here. This is the 4-2-3-1. We have to give Osorio a lot of credit in the game, throughout the game. Basically what he was doing, getting the ball, playing forward passes, nifty combination passes, retaining possession well. One of his better performances this season, perhaps of his career, who knows, but this was a positive performance for him. You look at the wing backs, you kind of see, and it looks like Oro is going to have that starting spot cemented at right back. at right back or right wing back, and it helps that Van der Wiel is there because it allows him more space to get forward. When Oro could push higher up the pitch, you have Van der Wiel, who has the athleticism and has the nose to play in that position, to shift over and cover, and that is key to allowing Oro the freedom to get forward. Ashton Morgan was solid from a defensive aspect, not really renowned for that, but one of his better performances. It was much easier given the fact that not much movement from the attacking three in this Club America attack. You look at Uribe, he started the game well, stepping to Bradley. He was the one fighting those spaces in behind, but as the game wore on, TFC sat deeper and forced them to break them down. That didn't work out. TFC going forward, space basically in these areas. You look at their best chances, you look at the build up to the penalty, and what the problem was that while the midfield was high and the wing back and the fullbacks were high, this forced the center backs to push out into those positions in 1v1 situations with Giovinco. We saw that happen for the build-up. Altidore doing great to use his frame of body to hold up the ball, plays a super reverse ball into that channel. Giovinco charges into there. 1v1, very harsh penalty, but it stems from not having your fullback sit a bit deeper when you're away from home. You don't need to push that forward. The onus is on the home team to break you down. That didn't happen there. You look at the goal, the second goal, again, same kind of thing, obviously a bit fortuitous for TFC to get those lucky bounces from the Delgado 50-50, but it's Morgan just clipping a simple ball into that space for Giovinco. He doesn't control it well, but again, who is there to pick him up? That is pivotal. We know all about Sebastian Giovinco. The coach should know all about, the Club America manager should know all about Sebastian Giovinco in the case that when TFC play on the counter, he likes to drift into these channels and he likes to run on goal. That is what he's renowned for. That led to a goal. Great Jozy Altidore finish. He shows up in the big games. Giovinco and Altidore seem to combine in the big games. They play better when they're close to each other. They have a great understanding of how each other play, and the key is just getting them to play closer and combine more often. We look at the second half as well. We look at two situations where Giovinco kind of wasted chances. We look at Delgado winning the ball in this zone, finding Altidore, who again is unmarked in space, slides it to Giovinco, probably should do better, gets a tame shot off the defender for a corner. Then we look at Osorio sliding a ball from this position, again, behind the fullback. Giovinco runs that goal, beats the first challenge, but then obviously Rodriguez covers, and that leads to what many TFC fans would feel was a penalty, but it wasn't, and Club America cleared their lines there. So that was pivotal. But when we look at TFC from the offset, you look at the third goal, we see, again, the key here is just width. Oro getting forward. We saw in the start of the second half, there was one situation where Delgado and Oro combined. Oro delivered a cross into the box, a fantastic cross. No one attacks it. We saw that in the first half as well. Oro getting into these positions advanced because he can have Van der Wiel shift over, delivering good cross into the box, but no one is attacking it. And then we look for the third goal. It's Morgan. Great play after combining with Osorio, switching the play to Delgado, who's breaking into that zone there. Obviously, you have two markers stepping to him, but that leaves Oro free into the box. Morgan continues his run with Altidore. Morgan taps it in. We see different aspects of this TFC side, but when we thought Gregory Van der Wiel could be that right wing back, Oro has stepped up into that position, playing well, and courtesy to Van der Wiel covering his position, he's been able to shine. He's a great crosser of the ball. He's getting forward and delivering great opportunities. There's another chance in the first half where he delivered a cross into Delgado in the 6-yard box. Delgado should hit the net at least. It goes over the net. TFC from then at 3-1 kind of sat back, 5-man defense, rested their laurels, and Club America had nothing to really offer them. They brought on Corona, they took off Vargas, they brought De Silva to left back. Again, same kind of theme. TFC weren't really eager to get forward. There was no need for them to get forward. They sat back, they clamped up in midfield, and there was really no space for them to really get anything going. Eventually, Club America did change to a 4-4-2, and what happened was that there was really one sole chance that was created when Martin dropped off, pulled Zavaleta out of position, combined with Peralta, and then The 1-2 leads to a break into the box. Bono makes a key save, but that's something that Club America were missing throughout. No real combinations in the attacking zone. The fullbacks were getting forward, but weren't offering much because of the discipline of the center midfielders in Osorio and Delgado, and there was no real movement around the final third. No real attempt to shift the lines, no real attempt to find space in between the lines. The midfield were very passive, not really finding different positions, trying to play in penetrative passes into or behind the TFC backline, and that really led to their downfall. Can they be better at home? Perhaps the field conditions weren't well, but that plays for both sides. And will TFC be able to replicate this defensive performance away from home? We see what happened at Tigres. They did ride their luck at times, but this will be another big test for them. Club America's got the away goal, but you can never count out TFC from scoring, especially when they give up space like this for Jovinko to attack in the channels. It happened at Tigres, and if Club America play like this at home, it could happen again. But let me know what you guys think. Meet me in the comments below. Don't forget I upload videos every day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that was your daily dose of the interviews.